Hi, my name is Lene Hill, and I'm here to persuade my audience on the importance of proper car maintenance. For people who have cars, sometimes it can seem like it's a costly expense, but long as you do what you have to do to take care of it, in the long run, your car will give you a long lifetime. Three of the main things that you can do to prolong the life of your car and to save you money in the long run are oil changes, tire changes, and brake changes. How many of you even know how often you should change your oil, your tires, or your brakes? For people who are not very automotive savvy, they may not understand how often these things need to be done. So I'm going to discuss that a little bit with you today. And hopefully, by the end of this speech, you will understand and want to get your car maintenance done more often to provide a longer life for your car and shorter money coming out of your pockets. The first thing I'm going to talk about is oil maintenance. Did you know that you should get the oil changed in your car every 3,000 miles? Unless you use fully synthetic oil in your car, at which point you would get your oil changed every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, which costs a little more, but it's better and healthier for your car in the long run. Pretty much fully synthetic oil is like an organic diet for your car. It's the most healthiest thing that it can have. Also, you need to be aware of how to check your oil. So once you look under the hood, there's always a dipstick underneath there. You pull the stick out, which is always labeled for your oil. You use a paper towel, dry it off, place it back in, take it out again, and that's how you check the level. Most cars should always have at least 5 quarts of oil in them. Depending on if you have a larger vehicle, such as a truck or a car that has more of a muscle motor, you may require more, but always refer to your owner's manual for the exact amount, how much you should have. Also, if you feel as if you're changing your oil often or you're having to replenish your oil more often than you should, check to see if you have any oil leaks. The easiest way to check to see if you have an oil leak is when you get into your car and you leave, always look back at the parking space you were in. See if there's any dark, wet spots where you were just parked at. That is the number one indicator that you may have an oil leak, and that is something that you should have looked at by a professional right away. It could be something as simple as when they changed your oil, they forgot to screw the valve on tightly, or it could be something major as you have a crack in your oil pan and it may need to be replaced. Oil is very important to a car. Oil to a car is like water to our bodies. If you do not have oil in your car, your engine will dry up and no longer work. To replace an engine, you are looking at a starting cost of at least $3,000. I don't know about anybody out there, but I don't have that kind of money to spare when I can get a simple oil change that's always at least less than $50. So to me, $50 over $3,000, I'll do the $50. The second part of car maintenance I'm going to talk about is your tires. Your tires are the main thing. Your tires are like your feet. You need your tires to get to and from. Your tires, you should always check your tire pressure. If you're not sure about how much pressure should be in each tire, there's always a label on the inside of your door jamb that lets you know the exact amount that you should have in your tires. If you do not feel comfortable doing this, there are plenty of places that do this service for free, as far as in checking your pressure. As far as in tire rotation, you should get your tires rotated every 3,000 miles. It's just easy if you do it the same time you get an oil change. Having your tires rotated on your car keeps your tires from wearing out in the same spot and gives it time to refresh around. It's like putting new insoles inside your tennis shoes. Gives it that little extra bounce sometimes. Finally is a complete brand new tire. Once you start realizing your tire tread is running out on your tire, You should always replace your tires. Tire tread is the depth of the indents that are in your tires. You can have a professional check this out, or you can eyeball it yourself. But you should never, never, never let your tire tread wear so thin that you can see the wires that start to come out of your tire. The smallest little bump can cause your tire to pop. If your tire pops, it may be simple as, oh, I just have a flat tire and you have to change it. Or you could get in a car accident, which could be just a fender bender or could be fatal. And at the end of the day, checking your tires is not worth your life. So always check your tires, always replace when needed. Finally, I'm going to talk to you about your brakes. Your brakes is what stops your car from when you're moving. With your brakes, most of the time they'll show signs when they need to be changed. You'll hear a squeaking, you may hear even a grumbling. Sometimes when you feel like you're pressing on the gas pedal, it may not stop as easy as it used to. It may take you a little more pressure or a little longer for your car to stop. You need to get your brakes changed. Brakes don't have to be done every so often as your oil, but it is something that when you get an oil change, you should also get your brakes checked. It's simple for a mechanic to do to see how much pad you have left to see if it's time. But if you hear grinding, squeaking, or your car feels like it's hard to stop, 9 out of 10, you do need your brakes changed. With your brakes also, you have brake fluid. That's something you cannot check on your own, but if you take it to a simple mechanic, they'll be able to check that for you as well. Without brakes, once again, you wait too late. It may be something as you take a little slid through the stop sign that you really should have stopped at, or it could be that you rear end someone, which before, as well with the tires, it could be a little bump, or it could be a fatal accident. And at the end of the day, neither one of them are worth the cost and the headache that it's going to cause you instead of getting your brakes changed or checked often like you should. I'm just here to relay a few things about car maintenance and why you really, really should check on your cars often. A lot of people have the get in and go vibe. They just get in and go and never think about that they have to really check on their car. But it's very important. If we do not take care of our cars cannot take care of us. And most people who have them need them to get back and forth to school, to work, or whatever you may use them for. You need your car. And your car needs you. So therefore, you need to do the proper maintenance to make sure everything's okay. I hope that everyone has heard and understood everything I had to say today. And I hope with this information that will encourage you to go do